Hello, in this video we'll just get a good sense of what perception is, how it works in marketing, and what are the challenges we need to overcome. As defined, it's the process by how we take in information, choose it, organize it, and seek to understand it. So it's how we interpret and gain knowledge of the things around us. And there's three marketing challenges we've got to look at: attention, distortion, and retention. So this is a shot from Times Square, and as you can see, a lot of ads. And obviously, if you were walking through Times Square, you are not going to notice most of those ads. You go, wow, look at that, and you might take photos, but there's probably very few ads that jump out at you, and you go, oh, I remember that one, I remember that one. So basically, this is our selective attention problem. People, consumers, will choose or select which of the ads or any sort of advertising message in any forum, it could be online, it could be in store, etc. Which ones of those do they pay attention? Which ones grab their attention? So if we're in marketing, we've got these three challenges. Okay, we've got to firstly get attention, because people have selective attention. Then we've got to pass our meaning. We've got a clear goal of our campaign or our promotion, what we want to communicate and what we want consumers to change their actions and ideas about our brand. And this is called selective distortion, because consumers can interpret things their own way. Not everybody is going to have the same meaning. And the final challenge is selective retention. Retention meaning memory, what they retain, and obviously people choose to retain some things and not others. So you might be a fan of the Apple brand, for example, and you read something that's negative about Apple, and you choose, to disregard it and not to remember it because it doesn't fit with your perception, your view of Apple. So let's have a look at some examples. Here are some examples for attention getting. So one way we can do that is put images. You can see this is for a job search site, and they've been put on machines and pretending there's somebody in there. Obviously that will grab attention and you go, what's all that about? Here's another example for a vacuum cleaner, a famous brand, and of course you'll be driving along, you just see what is that all that about? You focus in on it and you see there's a balloon, and because it's so unexpected and dramatic, you are drawn to it, and then you work out, oh, well, it's a powerful vacuum cleaner that has sucked the balloon down. Sorry. Here's another one. This is not a real man. It's a picture of a man on the back of a truck. So imagine if you were driving along and you pulled up behind this. No doubt this would grab your attention and you go, wow, what's going on? So you can be quite dramatic in getting attention. Okay, once we've got attention, we've got this trade-off situation between being too dramatic, being too clever, and not getting the message across that we want to do. So here's an example for fashion shoes, basically, and this would go into a magazine. And when you look at it, you go, I don't quite get it, and it forces you to think about it. Now, most people are going to go, I don't get it, and just flick the page or click off the screen if that's the case. The meaning here is that these are fashion sports shoes for people who aren't good at sports. So just, clearly the person's missing the goal, they're kicking the ball, it never goes in, so they're not good at sport. But it takes you a while to connect that. And if you sat down with 100 people and ask them what the meaning of this is, they're going to get different messages. So this is probably an ad that's too clever. And this is another one. This is a McDonald's ad from a couple of years ago. You're not alone. Millions of people love the Big Mac. Now, again, this is an attempt at humor. What's the meaning? And I've got here, some people, found this funny and, oh, well, that's clever. I like Big Macs too. But others were saying, hey, this is making fun of people with mental illness, etc. And basically what ended up happening was McDonald's had to pull the ad. So they intended one message, and obviously McDonald's is a very famous brand who knows what they're doing in marketing circles, but the message basically got lost. Okay, and then finally, our last thing in perception is we want to get retained. We want, there's no point doing all this unless we have changed something in the consumer's brain. They remember us, have changed an attitude or something like that, and and obviously purchase us. So what we end up doing is basically helping them remember. So here's a campaign from a few years ago for Cadbury. You may remember the dancing eyebrows. You could look it up on YouTube and find it easily if you wanted to. But basically, they did this cute ad with the kids, but then they reinforced it with a Facebook site, in-store displays at the back there, and then various giveaways to keep reinforcing it. Okay, so hopefully that helps you.